You're listening to CobraCast.
The cobra injects deadly venom through its fangs, like toxins through a pair of hypodermics.
This is the CobraCast, and here's your host, Bobby Sharron.
Well, hello, world. We got to let this part ride out. Goes on for about 25 minutes.
Damn, that's a good fade.
That's a good fade. It fades for a while, man. But you know what? Forget about the fade. Please welcome to episode number 502 of the CobraCast podcast. And this will be episode number 6 for Austin Music Television.
Yes.
And in the house tonight, you guys are pretty much a brand new band, right?
Pretty close. Yeah, we're about a year old.
So is it KNETX?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I didn't know how to pronounce this, and I was watching a video, and someone said the name of the band, and I'm like going, okay, good. Now I have to feel like a fool and ask how you pronounce the band name, you know?
Yeah.
So
well, if you don't like us, it's pronounced K next.
K next, is that how it works?
Yeah.
What's up with the spelling on it?
All the other spellings were taken.
Were they really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is
You
that the
can't-
reason?
Who can name a band these days? I feel like most bands fall apart trying to name their band.
No kidding. Yeah, I hear it all the time. That's why the best name ever, we're all not making fun of it, but it's a great name, Full Metal Jackalope. You've heard of those guys?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So everybody, I wear the shirt, and everybody, they're like, they cracking up and loving it at the same time.
I thought of a great band name yesterday, Penis Flytrap.
It's already taken.
It's taken. I'm sure it is.
Oh, it's been taken for years.
I'm sure it is.
Wow.
See, that's the problem. You think of a good one, and it's been taken.
Penis Flytrap. It's a great one. It's
It's
like a funk band.
It's got to be.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So KNETX it is.
KNETX it is.
So did you guys, like, when it came to the name, was there another KNETX out there? So you just tried to spell it differently?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I just type words into Spotify and everything's taken. Everything.
Isn't that
I'm
crazy?
just going through the dictionary, one word after the next.
You could have done KNETX ATX.
I could.
A lot of bands are doing that.
Damn.
The band name has ATX in
Oh,
the
yeah.
name?
There's a bunch of them.
Wow.
And when that other band breaks up, they just drop the ATX.
Oh, nice. And then they become the real,
The
whatever the hell band name
Yeah,
they
but
are.
you see a lot of ATXs on bands all the time.
What?
Yeah.
Haven't seen one yet.
Weird. Yeah. No, I don't want people to know where we're from.
Like Bruisers ATX.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going on.
Weird.
Yeah, because when I was doing the CobraCast thing, in the beginning, I actually didn't research it first. And then after like about 50 episodes, I went on there and come to find out there was another, it wasn't a CobraCast podcast, it was a CobraCast something else.
yeah.
And then I got everything, trademarked and all that shit. So copyright trademarked and kind of sent them a little letter, and they stopped using it. They died out. I didn't have to even send them a letter. It just died out before,
No lawyers, nothing.
Nah.
Clean.
Clean, baby.
It's because your cast was meant to be.
I
It
guess,
is.
man. You would think after 6.5 years. You guys are early on, right? Day Eater, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean,
Jesse would call me, goes, "Hey man, we got a new song. Can we come on?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Shit, come on up, man."
yep.
How's your drummer doing?
He's getting there, man. He's ready to start doing shit again.
Man,
I'd say.
I saw the picture. He actually had a video,
Yeah.
and his chest was cut, and he had like was it a pacemaker he had put in or something?
Yeah, he didn't know that was going to be
Let low.
like coming out of him
Well, he's
by
a
like
skinny
an
guy.
inch.
He's not very thick, so.
It was, yeah, man. That whole experience was freaking crazy. And Day Eater will definitely have to come on and like do a whole story about it because it's wild.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. It's the most serious surgery you can imagine is what he did. The recovery, it was crazy. Just laid up in the hospital with needles every which way, all up in him.
So what was the issue? Do you know what the issue was? Or
Yeah, this was like sort of, we weren't expecting it to happen, but we knew it was a possibility for him to have trouble. He was born with some issues with his heart, and he was born, they immediately did heart surgery on him.
oh wow,
So he had already had scars up and down there, and was expecting something down the road.
Yeah.
But it just so happened that it came upon a fateful night when we were playing a show, and it was rough.
especially for a drummer too, man.
Yeah.
All the energy he has to put out there.
The good news is that his particular case is so interesting and weird
Yeah,
that like every hotshot doctor over there was like had eyes on him.
nice.
And so he was looked after really well. He has a great cardiologist doctor now here in Austin, and he's pretty much set up for success. And if everything goes right with the healing process, that he could be right back to normal or above what he would.
Wow.
He's
what
going to
he
have
was.
some kind of superpowers or something.
Hopefully, man, from all that
Man.
shit.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got a cardiologist appointment on Wednesday, so I got to go in for my thing
Yeah,
after all the crazy shit I had happen to me. So
Damn.
I didn't have any kind of I sort of kind of it wasn't like they cut me open kind of stuff, but
You
two
had
cardio
lightning bolts and
Oh yeah, two cardio versions. They reset your heart, they shock your heart back into rhythm, normal rhythm, and then those didn't work. So they had a thing called an ablation where they go up and they singe part of your heart. They go up through your groin, and they have like these little lasers, and they singe all the points that are bad, so your heart heals itself. Damn. And ever since then, it's been over a year, man. I'm still on medication and shit, but it is what it is.
Can we put one band name in the bank just in case KNETX doesn't work out?
Yeah.
We could do Ablation ATX.
There you go.
Whoa.
I'm sure there's an ablation out there somewhere.
There's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ablation Nation.
Ablation attack. Yeah, it is. You guys know Brutality Inc., right? The band Brutality Inc.
I don't know. Never heard of them.
Oh, great band. Anyways, they just were up here on the last episode, actually. And Houston, the guitar player singer, he just went and had he had another pacemaker put in.
Yeah.
Because something was wrong with the other one. So anyways, he was talking about that. And I was like, oh, God, man, what is this stuff with heart stuff these days,
Dude.
I didn't know because I have AFib. That's my thing. And I didn't know about AFib till I got it. And then you watch TV now, it's all AFib commercials with medications and,
like a
blood
buzzword.
blood thinners and everything else. So I'm like, I'm on that. Oh,
Man.
Sucks getting old, dude. Don't get old.
Dude.
No.
Just crash and burn, dude.
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm going out tonight.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to crash and burn.
I think it was the Iron Wolf rum that got to him. That's what it was.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
No,
I'm ready.
what do you call? He was drinking Iron Wolf rum when he came up here the last time. Remember?
Yeah, he was. He's like, that is actually really good.
Yeah, he drank out like it was like a half a bottle or something like that. He's pretty lit up by the time he left. Yeah. Next thing you know, he's in the hospital. I'm like, oh shit.
No.
It was quite a long time after that, but
It was a long time. Jesse kept joking about it though. The night of, he was eating some candy. Like he got this crazy bag of like lemon heads and
Oh, shit.
Laffy Taffy because he likes candy. He likes
all
sweet
right. Who
stuff.
doesn't like candy?
Jesse keeps joking about like, hey man, that was it.
Really? That's all the candy.
The lemon head
Dude,
push
it
him over
wasn't-
the edge.
It wasn't grape Laffy Taffy. He's like,
Hey,
what was it then? What
Speaking,
was it?
speaking of Jesse, he's like he's out of the country right now, isn't he?
He's in Punta Cana.
Yeah, wherever the hell that is.
He's in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, what's he doing down there?
His girlfriend and his girlfriend's family are just like, we're going on this trip.
Wow.
You're coming with us.
That's nice.
Get your passport. He got his passport like the day before he had to leave.
Wow.
It sounded wild. He had to drive to Houston to get his passport
Why to Houston?
because that's where it was. And they, it was like, well, it's not going to ship here in time. Well, I guess we'll pick it up there. And it's just
That's crazy.
last second
Man. Wow.
grab.
Man, vacationing gets more stressful every time you go on one.
Yes.
I just go to Vegas and that's it. I don't go anywhere else.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is, I don't, man, these days, going out of the country is like, I don't think so. I'm just afraid to go out. Like, hey, let's go to Mexico. I'm like, no, I'm not going to Mexico. I'm good.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean?
hear
It's
that,
like,
I hear that.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, it's everything is like so dangerous now.
Yeah.
You know, you get shot going out of your own house these days. Never mind going over to Mexico and
Yeah, I'll make tacos at home.
yeah, no kidding. I can go buy a bottle of tequila at the store and bring it home. And,
the whole experience.
yeah. You know what I mean?
I get that, Mexico. There's a huge part of me though that's like, I want to go to South America and play some rock and roll.
Yeah.
Because damn, they seem to get down
Costa Rica I hear is real nice.
there. Yeah.
And I have like friends that go to Costa Rica all the time. You know, it's like, hey, you need to go to Costa Rica. I'm like, maybe. You know, maybe one of these days I'll kind of grow a set of nuts and go down there and do something different. You know what I mean? But dude, my thing is I love going to Vegas, and I'm like, I go for like a couple, 2-3 days, and I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you been to Vegas?
I have.
Fucking love it.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I think more than a weekend would kill me, but
Right.
I'm good with like, I always say I'm like 4 days, 3 nights kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
by the end, I'm ready to leave.
yeah.
And that's, you know,
You're run ragged after 4 days.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I hear there's
Wondering where all your
I
pants
always
went.
imagine it's just a place to drink and go crazy, but my friend explained to me that it's really like there's something there for everybody.
There is, especially now. You know, it's a lot of it's geared towards families. Some of it is, but a lot of it, you know, my thing is I've never ever had a bad meal there. No matter
Interesting.
where you go
Food
on the
is
strip, the food is amazing. You think Austin's got good food? Man, forget Austin.
World
Vegas
class
is-
chefs in every casino, every
Yeah, because they're all fighting for that same dollar. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so every restaurant. So when we go out there, you know, it's like, man, I'm always eating like
and nothing closes.
and nothing closes. So you got the best of the best out there, and that's what I you know, always when I plan my trip, I plan the restaurants I'm going to go to, and it's just shows or whatever. But yeah, I'm good with that. You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Anyways, enough about all
Let's
that.
go to
bull.
Vegas.
Let's go to Vegas, man.
I'm ready.
I always tell people, I say when I retire or whatever, I might move out there. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Do a podcast out there. Who knows?
Interesting.
4 hours to LA. Can't beat it.
Yeah. And who wants to go to LA these days?
Yeah, no, everybody's leaving. They're all moving to Austin.
Yeah.
I was talking to people about LA, and it seems like a place to just go and work and figure out what you want to do after you're in LA. Like, get the fuck out of there.
It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. It's sort of
Yeah.
like a lot of places, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, even with Austin, man, Austin is getting kind of nutty too. But you know, it's home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I moved
So-
out to Bastrop a couple years ago. I love it, man. I'm living that small town life.
That's good. Same thing with
Yeah.
well, it used to be that way up here at one point. Now it's sinking in. It's a little bit bigger than small town now.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
It
yeah.
still has a small town vibe to it, but you could tell that it's grown up. I mean, right there is an Amazon fulfillment center. When you walk
Yeah.
out the door, it's like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which used to be a cornfield for 20 years.
Well,
And
and now
now-
Elon's out in Bastrop, so yeah.
Oh, is he out there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Bill, is he
Small town ain't
is
so
he,
small no
is,
more.
is he building those little houses out there?
He's building a whole city.
Is he?
Off of 969, yeah. He's building a
Wow.
whole town for his boring company and SpaceX, and
Those little $15,000 houses?
maybe I don't know.
He's got these little houses that he's building. They're it's kind of a house you can build in a day. They bring it
Yeah.
and it folds up and it kind of connects and whatever. And it's if you're single, it's a good little house for like a single person, you know?
Interesting.
And they're really cheap. They're like 15, 20 grand or something.
But then you need land to put it on.
Well, yeah, but they have these little villages, sort of like a trailer park in a weird kind of way.
It's like the old idea of the industrial town
Yeah.
where they, put the bar downtown and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
build a bunch of houses around it
Exactly.
and you never have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just put it in the future and it's just dystopia.
Yeah, drink the Kool-Aid and
Yeah.
Then you drive down the street and go work at the Tesla plant, you know?
right. Yeah.
That's what I think he's
Live
doing
in a
it for.
very affordable very affordable house making cars that you could never afford.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be
It's the
electric
dream.
here in a pretty soon, so.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Pink Floyd to write an album about it.
Are they still around? Maybe Roger Waters will. I don't know about Pink
Yeah.
Floyd. I think Pink Floyd's all done. But you got Brit Floyd that comes around, though.
Brit Floyd.
You ever heard of Brit Floyd?
No.
Brit Floyd is an English tribute, a Pink Floyd tribute band, and they play like arenas.
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
if they wrote the next great great album, the next great concept record?
Yeah. But when you go see them, you think you're watching Pink Floyd. I
Right.
went and saw them a couple times. They sold out the Cedar Park Center got 5 or 6 years ago or whatever. They played the Moody. I think they're coming back and they're playing the small Moody Theater, which I think it's all right. But it's a great show. It's like the Pink Floyd Spectacular thing, but on a smaller level, just shrinking down a little bit. It's the same show.
Yeah.
And the whole band is amazing. But they tour all over the place. Now,
Do you think we could get more people out to our shows if we called ourselves a KNETX cover band? Cover bands are where it's at. Tributes
we
where
could
it's
tribute
at.
and cover bands is where all the money is?
where
Well,
all the
maybe I think down the road we just change our costume, so to speak, and then we form another band that's just us covering ourselves, and then we'll be
That'll be
the
the band that
same
gets big.
musicians, taking 2 times the amount of money.
People just assume that you're an amazing, famous band if there are bands imitating you. So this could be our little loophole
That could be.
situation.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's so I'm waiting for the comedians who cover comedians. I'm waiting for like a cover comedian.
Oh, that's good.
Like a dude that comes out and just does
Jorge
like
Carlin.
yeah. So, some dude that just comes out and just he covers like Eddie Murphy or something.
Yeah. Freddie Murphy.
That's
Freddie Murphy. I spew all the hits.
oh my god, that's good.
You know what? You watch,
That's
it's going to
really
happen.
genius.
You
Yeah.
watch,
Yeah.
it's going to hit. Now
Yeah.
there's a lot of those comedians that passed away, like Red Fox and Carlin and who else? I mean,
Pryor.
Bill
Pryor.
Hicks. Bill
Yeah.
Hicks. I mean, all
Yeah.
those guys. They're going to be cover comedians.
Yeah.
Going to come out and do their act.
That's genius.
It's probably going to start in Vegas, though. It seems
Without a
seems
doubt.
like a very Vegas thing to do.
I don't know, man. Could
All
they-
the comedy's moving to
impersonators.
Austin, though.
yeah. Could they get away with it though? I think as they're dead, wouldn't that be okay?
At some point, all right. It goes maybe. Well, I don't know how jokes work.
I would go see a Red Fox, cover comedian, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
How fucking
Without
cool
a
would that
doubt.
be? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Or Richard Pryor comedian.
Hell yeah.
A tribute act. He just comes out and does all his
100%.
jokes.
Yeah.
A guy.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Me too. It's a brilliant idea.
The way the world is these days, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Your
I'm
art
going to change
is.
my career altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Art no longer belongs to an individual. It's just a collective thing.
Because
You better
comedian,
watch out. Somebody's going to cover you.
Yeah,
shit,
dude.
who want to do that? If they want to be successful, don't cover me. You're covering the wrong guy. Cover Joe Rogan or something. Someone who's got some money at least. It's got a following. I got a following. It ain't Joe Rogan following, but I'm getting there little by one person at a time.
One person. That one person.
It's that one person that didn't recognize you. Hey man, listen. I'm like, that's what I'm living for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like you guys.
Yeah. We do it for the woohoos.
You do it for the woohoos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's dive into this band. We were rambling out about stupid shit, which is pretty funny, but Oh, speaking of checking the oil, we got to go over the checking the oil thing.
Yeah. we gotta flush this out. We
We got to flush this checking the oil thing.
Right. Right.
So where did you hear about checking the oil?
Checking the oil. Somehow I heard some interview between wrestlers or something. There was a fight between Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, and there was one move where Andre the Giant would literally lift Hulk Hogan above his head. And when he did this live on the stage, he checked for oil, which is putting your thumb in
his
the
ass.
other guy's ass just to fuck with him.
Man.
And so Hulk Hogan's reaction of him like lifting him up is real.
That's
He's
a-
like
that's a-
freaking out. Like,
wow.
oh my God.
That's a
what
big
the
thumb
hell?"
too.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the size of my arm. So
His
that's
thumb
how
is probably as big as a fucking big as a sausage or something.
Seriously.
So,
27-inch
check-
python.
I don't know.
Checking for oil means a different thing in wrestling. That's what
Yeah.
I found.
So
out.
it must have happened so many times for it to have its
Oh,
own
yeah.
name.
Yeah. It definitely became a move, a thing to do.
I don't know. I don't know if they check each other's oils anymore. I don't know.
Is
Is
that-
that something new that in the WWE they still do that?
Does that slide? I mean, no pun intended. Does that slide? I mean, will you get a penalty for that? I mean,
I don't know how they work that.
Yeah.
Penalties.
They wear
refs.
they
It's
wear
all
two
rigged,
they wear
man.
two pairs of tights, so I don't know how they get the thumb in there. You
It's
know
all
what I mean?
scripted, right? Can you
Yeah.
imagine the guy who writes that in the
Okay,
script?
this is gonna happen. I'm gonna check your oil around
Stage,
2 minutes and 50 seconds in.
Stage left.
Yeah.
Enter Hogan.
This is the part where I check your oil. Be ready. I'm coming in hot.
Can you imagine every time Hogan has to take his car in for a tune-up?
Oh, man.
He probably gets PTSD. Starts sweating.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Hey, Hogan, you want us to check the oil?
They want to check your oil like Andre did back in 85.
Don't you come at me like that, brother.
Hey, brother. No, the way I found out about it was I was watching Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
And
That's where I get my news, too.
Yeah. And Bubble, I don't know if you watch the show at all,
Yeah.
but Bubbles was talking about, hey, he's checking his oil. Like that, because he was talking about, I don't know if it was a prostate thing or whatever, but every time I hear that, I crack up when I hear checking his oil.
That is a very overwhelming show. My God. It is great.
What's that?
Trailer Park Boys.
I wish they would have kept it going. They did keep it going, but I think it's on a private, like a private website now. Not a private, but it's like on a website instead of Netflix.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were doing like, was it SwearNet and all that stuff? They did a bunch of stuff beyond that, but I don't know if they actually have the actual Trailer Park Boys as it was still going.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably cover it.
I don't know, man,
Tribute.
because of the tribute. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Trailer Park Tribute.
Yeah.
A tribute to the Trailer Park Boys. I'm waiting for that to come.
Yeah. TV shows.
Hey,
will
they
just,
keep redoing movies. Why
Yeah,
not the TV
right,
shows too?
exactly.
They can't find anything new to do.
yeah,
you know?
I guess they've already been doing covers of movies for a long
Forever.
time.
They
Just
have,
keep
haven't they?
covering movies. And then before that, I mean,
Well, you got to look at,
classical musicians, come on. The original cover band.
Yeah, original rip-off artist.
oh man,
Classic.
that's true though, huh?
I have a friend. It's like a friend of the family who sings in choir. She's an amazing, like choir singer, classically trained singer, and she was explaining to somebody, what she did, and that person was like, "So what? You're a musician? You sing? What kind of genre do you sing?" Like, "Oh, I sing, madrigals, a lot of like church music, a lot of Bach, like early music, a large variety of music." And they're like, "Oh, so like." You sing with like a band? And it's like, no, it's like a bunch of people. We're all singing the same thing, like Bach, classical music. Have you heard of that? It's like, oh, like covers?
But
she was like-
actually, that's really,
Yeah,
if you
it
think
is
about
like
it,
covers,
I know
yeah.
a great open mic you can try out.
think about it though. But
Yep.
it's a.
Hey,
Oh shit! Was that my prof? Did it spill over the place? Don't worry about it.
Nah,
Okay, good.
not enough
Oh, hey now.
to call this a rock show.
Okay. No, but if you really look at it that way, people that do play in orchestras are actually cover bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
In
really
a weird kind of
Yeah.
way.
Hey, did you write that? No, it's Beethoven.
It's been around for
Oh,
like 300 years.
whatever.
Poor Beethoven, man. He never made any kind of money off of it or anything, or
Yeah,
Bach
I mean-
or any of those guys.
Because he
Beethoven?
didn't copyright it. Should have gotten that ASCAP deal, man.
I don't know, man. Did they have that back then? I don't think
know.
so.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
They jump in the Bill and Ted, time machine and find that shit out.
Yeah.
They could have used
Beethoven.
they could have used ass caps in wrestling, I think, to
Prevent all those oil
Yeah.
checks.
There are a lot of oil changes going on in the
Yeah.
WWE.
yeah. That would have benefited some of the fine folks of the wrestling community.
Put a cap in
Hey,
it.
speaking of, man, WrestleMania is on this weekend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you're into wrestling now, you get to go check it out on the Peacock Network.
Oh my gosh. Peacock. Yeah.
You
Can
know,
I say
that's
that?
one of the. I don't know.
Oh, can I say
don't
that? I
know.
can't say a lot of shit on here.
That sounds
So.
pretty dirty.
Yeah. Peacock Network.
Yeah, be careful who you tell
It's
that
on there
to.
though. Yeah. So
That's one of the 200,000 networks that I don't subscribe to. Unfortunately,
I'll tell you, everything's a subscription now,
Yeah.
man. You think it's like, oh, I'm gonna cut cable. I'm gonna save all this money. Bullshit.
Yeah,
No.
I have like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm paying more now than I did back when I had cable.
y'all better
I know.
enjoy this show.
better
before
enjoy-
public access becomes subscription based.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'll be putting up Venmo up on the screen here.
There
You
you
know,
go.
people can donate and all that shit. Yeah, whatever. I'll never go that route.
Nah.
No. Hey, so let's get into the band, man.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. We've been talking about,
Who
checking
knows?
oil and, and cover bands and cover comedians.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
That's what we write songs about.
The cover
So,
comedian thing's going to happen, though. You watch.
I'm waiting
I
for
believe it.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for it.
It's going to be a tribute act.
Yeah.
I love it. So the band hasn't been around all that long, though, right? So was it a creation out of the pandemic or something, or
Pretty much.
was
yeah.
it one of those kind of things?
Yeah, I had a bunch of songs written. I was making electronic pop dance music for a couple of years, and then my rock and roll roots were itching at me, and I had to scratch them. So I had written a bunch of new songs, and I came up with a pitch. I imagined my dream band of my favorite Austin musicians who have played in bands that I've shared stages with over the years, and Chris was obviously one of the first people I approached. Day Eater had been a band that I followed, and we played shows with in my old bands over the years, and I shot him some songs and asked him, "Would you be down with this?" And he was down with this.
Yep, it's true.
Like you're not busy enough as it is.
Yeah, man. It was. If I had wanted to join any other band, they probably would have said like, "Who are like why are you going?" But because we have such a high standard of like people we look up to, Mike's like way up there, like Kadu and the Dude back in the day. Before I was even in Day Eater, they were already like, how are we going to be that good? How are we going to top that or even get close to that? So they, like, when I approached them, hey, like, Kadu wants me to do this new thing with him. They were like, yeah, that would be cool. We're still your number one.
yeah, of course. I can't ever see it like dating or breaking up. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are so tight with each other. It's like,
Right.
I'm Chris's side piece.
There you go.
But,
Hey, it's better be a side piece than no piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
have something. You
Take
got to
what
work
you
with
can
what you
get.
got. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There's only so much of me to go around.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because I know a lot of people, and I see it kind of dwindling lately where people aren't playing in 25 bands anymore. Maybe got like 2 or 3, and that's about it. Maybe even less than that. I knew people that were playing in 8 bands at one time, and I was like, man, how do you do 8 fucking bands, man? That's a lot of damn bands.
You can do a lot of bands, but like there's like a spectrum. Like, how serious is this band? What is this band?
Right.
I joined KNETX, and we were in the studio within like 5 months of starting the band. Like, we were recording professional music.
I had a producer when I pitched it to Chris. I had a game plan for a year, itinerary of where I wanted to be and where we should be gigging, and having the EP out and where we were going to record. And I had it all. I had probably a 6-paragraph pitch that I sent to him and 3 other dudes. And
it's like there's bands who meet up and like, let's jam this week and then we'll write some songs. It was like, we have like these songs to make. We're making these songs. We're going to put them out at this time. We're going to be playing here, and here. And I'd like to be here in 5 months. And it's like, that requires time. That is a serious project.
Well, because
So-
I stumbled on I think you put up a post or something on it with a link to the song, and I'm like, I want to go check this out. One of Chris's bands, check it out. I was like, man, I love this. I got to get these guys on. It's a new band. Get you guys on and, get some exposure a little bit. I don't know how much exposure you're going to get with this, but at least get your stuff out there a little bit more,
Yeah.
Because I love bringing new bands on here. And I heard I went and listened to all this stuff, and I'm like, man, these guys are really good.
Thanks, man.
So,
thanks, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
I
We have
know.
a whole new lineup. Chris is the original member, and then the 2 other guys moved on to other projects, and we have 3 new dudes. So we added keyboards, and we got a new drummer, new lead guitar player, and this is the band as it will be for a long
Cool.
time. Yeah,
Awesome.
we're just all on the same page. We're all feeling the music. We're all locked in, and we all make the same dumb jokes. We all make the same gross smells in the same van. So
there you go.
Yeah. It's about to pop off.
There you go. In more ways than one, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, that's like liquid candy, that stuff.
I can't stop, dude.
You got to watch out with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Dangerous.
That's good.
So let's go over with so you guys recorded like what, 3 tracks? 3, is it going to be like on an EP or something like that? Or are you just doing singles for now, or how's it working?
We did, we recorded 5. We released 3 and a music video. And I'm gonna release the rest of it, the whole 5 as an EP, probably in the next couple months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, we got one track already lined up here, so why don't we play that one?
Oh, sick.
Sweet. Sick, man.
What are we listening to? Who is this?
You're listening to me. I recorded myself. Inspiration.
You did a cover?
I did a cover of your song.
Man.
It's just a cappella though, so.
Okay. Okay.
It's not very good. It's not mixed and mastered very good, but I do it.
This better happen. I swear to God.
Hey, you guys need a cover of your band. I have to get a band to cover your band now.
Okay.
So this one's High Wire. So anything about this tune?
Man, I wrote these lyrics envisioning, it was sort of a imaginary story about, I know a lot of people in the food service industry, a lot of bartenders, and so I was imagining this bartender who gets real, just
pissed off,
real down at the end of the night, and it's the same old thing every night.
Groundhog Day every day.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so he looks at his one moment every night when he can really just kind of zone into his imagination and be free, as he looks out this window and he sees this clothesline between his building and the next building, and he imagines himself to be this tightrope walker, and he's just king of the world, and in that moment he is on top looking down at it all, and that's the story of the song.
That's beautiful. Can you repeat that?
No, I just made that up. I have no idea what I just said.
Hey, he's going to check your oil for that.
Oh, shit.
There's a little consolation prize.
Luckily, he has very small thumbs.
Anyways, people, here it is. High Wire.
Out like I'm a dirty towel. Serve up another round to all the drifters in this sunken town. And there's a moment every evening as we're closing and I'm cleaning. I look up to see the starless sky. When the moonlight hits the clothesline and illuminates it just right, and I walk the wire in my mind. In my mind, I'm ready for anything as steady as I stand. High wire, this city ain't everything. It's just a place to land. High There was a golden age at every stage where people say the legends played, and money like champagne flowed through the clubs till the bubble burst and the city changed and turned the page. And there's a moment every evening as we're closing and I'm cleaning that I walk the wire in my mind. In my mind, I'm ready for anything as steady as I stand. High wire, this city ain't everything. It's just a place to land. understand. It's just a place to land. I'm ready for
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good tune, man.
Yeah, thanks.
It's such a great
It's a
tune.
fucking slammer.
Slamming.
You need to keep that in the set. So you write a song every day?
Yes.
Like a complete song or just
At least a verse
kinda
and a chorus.
like a skeleton or something?
At least a verse and a chorus. But I get so obsessed. I can't stop until I've finished it.
Okay.
It's like a bag of cocaine to me.
oh, hey now.
Yeah.
This
don't leave-
This
you don't
podcast
leave
is for the children. We can't mention cocaine.
Oh, man.
So I should stop giving cocaine to children? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
you know, if you want to do that, that's fine. But, you know, we can't talk about it on here. So
Right.
This is for the children, this podcast.
Right.
Got it.
Here's to them.
Yeah, to the future.
Here's
to the
them.
future.
Here's to them.
Yep.
Here's to the Iron Wolf Ranch and Distillery, Spicewood.
Oh, I'll
Texas.
drink to them, man. This stuff is delicious.
Yeah,
What is
it's
this,
like it's
hot
like
scotch.
It's liquid candy.
Oh my goodness.
I always tell people about that, and the next thing you know, I'll get a text the next day. Where can I buy this at? You know,
Yeah.
where can I get it at?
Yeah.
I would bathe in this. I would take a bath in this.
I don't know about that, but man,
I would.
it's awful sticky, so you gotta watch out.
Yeah. I'd
It's
regret
for-
it,
It's
but I
for
would.
an occasion where when you want to get sticky.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I was just out there. I was there Saturday, and I helped bottle the vodka. We had to bottle a whole pallet of vodka, which is a lot of bottles.
Yeah.
They had an event going on out there, and or an event they're sponsoring that needed a whole pallet
Holy
of vodka.
I love that. Where the hell was I?
And I said to Jordan, who was one of the owners, I said, "Hey, they're gonna drink all this or what?" He goes, "I don't know, but just want to make sure
Better
we have
stick
enough."
around for the end.
Whoa.
So, anyways, I was out there for that and had a good time, and
Nice.
the fam.
Nice.
So I mean, do you record them every day, or do
Yeah.
you record the ideas, or
Yeah, I
how
have
does all
like a
that
little
work?
voice memo app on my phone, and I go on walks, and I just like get into this rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
and I smoke a little grass,
Little grass? Okay,
and
there
I
you go.
just and ideas just pop in the head, and
There you go.
record them on the phone, and then I pick the best one and turn it into a jam.
Nice. Then
Yeah.
then you present it to these guys.
Yes. I'll make a little demo of it usually and send it over to the guys and say, next week when we get together, let's write some parts.
Yeah. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
For me at least. You know, I like arranging and I like the nitty gritty stuff and just really like, ooh, that kick at the, 1/2 beat later than it was coming in is like so much better. I'm way into all that shit.
There you go.
I love how Chris has become like an arranger, a prominent role in the band as an arranger. He understands all the instruments. He sings. He's got an incredible voice, and he sings on just about every song as well. And so he's kind of taken on this role of assisting in arranging all the parts for all the members.
I do my best.
I defer to Chris in times of
He's the band leader when you're not around. Is that how it works?
pretty much.
I just, thanks, man.
He's,
I'm just over here.
I call him my left hand man.
Yeah,
the left hand man,
it's true.
Yeah.
not the right hand, but the left hand.
No. I use my own right hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Hey, hey, we can't call him the right hand man.
Nah.
No, that ain't happening.
What are we referencing here?
I
y'all?
have
I
no
don't really-
clue what the
I'm-
hell we're even talking about.
No,
dude. We're
I'm
just
lost.
jibber jabbering about nothing.
Totally lost.
Yeah, me too.
We're just seeing if this goes somewhere. That's
Yeah.
all.
It could lead to something.
It could lead to something, which
Nice.
usually that kind of stuff does.
Yeah, usually something.
Should we dim the lights?
Hey, the next studio is going to have a dimmer on it. So,
shit.
yeah, working on another studio. Yeah.
What, here in this house?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's going to be. I'm really, really excited about it. It's not going to happen for a while. And the reason why is I got to, of course, clear the space and everything. But I'm very particular on what I want. I want when people walk into this studio, they're going to go, "What the fuck am I walking into?"
Mm-hmm.
You know. So we'll see what happens. But it's a bigger room, way bigger room. To set up for people to play acoustically and stuff.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
And it's gonna be the next step. I'm super excited about
Love
it.
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
But the room has to be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to be the best room that it can be.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a while.
That just sounds like chasing gear, man. Like there's never,
like I said, you
there's
know what-
never an end to that.
No,
It's
no,
just like,
yeah.
I got to get the right thing, and then
That's the whole thing. Because when I move in the room, I got the gear ready. This shit
Yeah.
is like, I got the perfect setup. I don't want anything else. I don't want. It might be some more. It might be a more of a multicam kind of setup and stuff.
yep.
You know, and that's going to be the next step because we're doing the TV show now. We got to kind of up our game and
Yeah.
and not look like we're a bunch of what do you call it? What's the word? Not professional.
Schmucks.
Schmucks. Yeah, that's it.
Bunch of schmucks.
Amateurs. That's the word I'm looking for. Amateurs.
Yeah.
So-
Schmucks.
No schmucks, no amateurs. At
Yeah.
CobraCast.
No kidding. So so you guys are actually playing live now, right?
Oh yeah.
So how is this coinciding with your other great gig you got going on? So you kind of have to look at the calendar and make sure you're not
Pretty much.
really
Like Day Eater is trying to play. Well, we're kind of just getting back into the swing of things with Tom's recovery.
right.
So
I got to reach out to Tom. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow.
please do. That'd be awesome.
You know,
We'd
and
appreciate
I've been
that.
meaning to and stuff, and I know he's probably recovering and stuff. I don't know how much he's online or whatever.
Dude, he's around, man. He works from home. He got to watch Day Eater. He came to a gig where we had a backup drummer.
Oh, really?
And he got to watch his own band.
Wow.
And-
You actually did that behind his back? Really?
Yeah.
That's
he just-
terrible.
He just mean mugged the guy for 45 minutes.
He was just like,
Man.
that was wrong. That was wrong.
I can't
that was
believe
wrong.
you did that. That's terrible.
He was really excited about it, honestly.
Really?
He was excited to hear his band on that side of things because
Wasn't his band
When
that
do you
night?
get to do that?
when do you get to do that? It's a once in a lifetime thing.
When there's
Yeah.
a tribute band of your band.
Right.
That's when it happens.
If you got a cover band of yourself, but I mean, yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
a
it's sort of like
different level.
like 1/3 of a cover band,
Right.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
you can watch somebody
Yeah.
covering his songs and his drumming.
It's kind of cool. He had a good time. He had a good time.
Well, I'm glad to see that he's on the mend though, man. Because I was, I saw that. I was like, I saw that when he opened up his shirt and there's like to see the, oh my god, I was like,
Yeah.
poor guy.
The
Jesus.
real deal.
He was mentioning something about it when he was up here, and I don't even because we were talking about heart problems and stuff, and he goes, "Oh, I got this thing, whatever."
Yeah.
As he was sipping on his rum, and
It's good for the heart.
good for the heart. Yeah. You need a
course.
little blood thinning every now and then. Blood thinning's good.
Yeah.
So you guys, you're out playing and stuff.
Yeah. We've
So
already
what
been-
happens like if this turns into like a full-time kind of like a full-time thing? Like, you guys start picking up steam and everything.
Well, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully.
With all these things, all of us want to do music and
I know.
Full time.
hopefully
Yeah.
quit their job, and try and actually do something and make something and go everywhere we can.
The thing about it right now is I really see, and you might agree, you might not agree, but I really see the scene picking up a lot, especially in the original part of it. You got your cover stuff, and which is great. They have their crowds already, and I actually had a cover band contact me about a week ago about coming on here, and I said, don't take offense, but I don't do cover bands because there's nothing for me really to promote because you have your crowd already.
Right.
And what am I going to come out here and play Bon Jovi songs? I mean, and play a video of you playing like, White Wedding by Billy Idol or something. I mean, I can't really, I'm not saying there's nothing in it for me. I mean, I'm more about the original side of it and getting original bands out there, and playing their videos and playing their original music and stuff. He wasn't happy about it, but he understood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I've never been in a cover band. It seems like a job.
To most people, it is.
To most people, I have friends in cover bands.
Oh, I know.
And it's just like their 9 to 5 that kind of sucks their soul for some of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you do what you do, man, because that's important.
Well, like I said, because I know other podcasts in town, they cover bigger artists, like national stuff, and it's great, man. I'm happy, I'm proud of them and stuff. But I'm more about like the local original people.
There's so much good stuff.
And there's so much good stuff, man. When I heard your stuff, I was like kind of going, I got to get them on, And I think that's why I contacted you about doing it. It was a couple months ago.
Yeah,
it's been a while. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for last Monday night rescheduling because, dude, I was sick as a dog last Monday.
What happened?
I don't know if it was like a 48-hour cold or something, but man, I just felt like crap on that Monday morning. I went to work and around 9:30, I told my boss, I said, I need to kind of check out for today. I'm not feeling good. And so I came home and I called you and said, hey, or texted you, whatever, and said, hey, let's push it till next Monday or whatever and do it that way. Because I don't want to get you sick. I didn't know if I had COVID or not. So I came back and took a test the next day and I was clean.
Fine.
So it was like a 48-hour, almost 3 days.
Damn.
What a concept. Like just getting sick and it just being like some sort of like
there's so much
non-pandemic world-ending event.
There's so much shit going on around there. Everybody's sick now. I go to work, dude. Everybody's sneezing and coughing and stuff, and you don't know who's got what. It's either the bird flu or the Saharan dust or whatever. The fuck. You know what I mean? It's all, dude. If it's not, honestly, if it's not COVID, it's the dust. If it's not the dust, it's like the flu. If it's not the flu, it's this other shit that they got rolling around now. It's always something, man.
Yeah.
And there's no way, unless you walk around in like one of those hazmat suits all day long. You know what I mean?
A couple of years ago, I was about to.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I caught it late and stuff, but it was very, very faint because, I had all the boosters and the shots and, dude, I had so many holes in my arms from COVID shots and boosters, dude. I was alternating arms and fucking and legs and
tie me off.
Hey man, can you just like shoot me in the leg with this one or something? My fucking arms getting kind of sore. Shoot me in the buttocks, or something, man. Nope, got to do it in the arm. Which arm you want? I did this one last time. Do this one over here. Fucking walking around, my arms are sore as fuck, man.
I think there was fentanyl in my COVID shot.
Shit.
Dang, that's awesome.
That was
still
it
around?
was pretty rock and roll. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I lived to tell the story.
Bro.
Good for you, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank Jeebus.
Yeah,
you
it was a
wanna
crazy high.
mess
It
around
was
with
a
that.
crazy high.
Yeah, but I think, but getting back to what we were talking about, I think playing an original band as a living is the fucking dream. It really is.
Oh, hell yeah.
For me, doing this full time is the dream. And you know
Hell
what?
yeah.
I think when the other studio comes in, boy, I'm going to be pushing it hard.
Damn right. Damn right.
What happens, it happens. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And it's just, but the only thing that's kind of against everybody right now, it's just everything is so oversaturated. Everything when it comes to podcasting or comes to original music or just even like live shows or whatever. It's just it's oversaturated with stuff.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. It's all that.
It's all about attention.
Yeah.
You have to be good at everything to get
no
any
kidding.
sort of attention.
Or you need a good team behind you,
Which is kind of cool. Like I feel like there was a time when, I don't know, digital music and the internet was coming about where people were like, oh, well, you can just have a computer do it. And it's like, now we've surpassed that by such a huge margin. And it's now like, well, now you have to just reinvent and be unique, or else you are nothing. You're not going to get any attention, which is kind of, it's tough.
But there's a lot of people with no talent getting a lot of attention.
Kind of, and it's
look at the Island Boys. Remember those two, whatever you want to call them?
Yeah, I do remember the Island Boys.
How could you forget?
How dare you bring up the Island Boys?
I'm just saying.
Now I have to remember them.
No, but I guess the two of them broke up, I guess. They're twin brothers and they broke up. I guess they were fighting with each other and shit. So they're not the Island Boys anymore.
I mean, that didn't have longevity. That had like some viral energy. But the new shit that has longevity is like, it has to fire on every angle, every surface has to be like white lightning. Just really,
you have to have
shit.
you have to have so much behind you, like a great team behind you pushing shit. Like with this thing, it's like I do everything myself when it comes to social media, when it comes to actually producing this thing, and recording it, sending it in, or the audio podcast. I do everything.
Yeah.
And if I always thought, man, if I had a team that would show up, that I could trust about getting stuff done, I would probably be light years from where I am now.
Yeah.
But those kind of people don't grow on trees. They all want to get paid, you know, and
for sure.
Especially in the podcasting game, dude. It's like if you don't have like mega sponsors, you don't make a living at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mega sponsors that pay you big bucks every month. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. Same thing with original bands.
Yeah.
If the clubs, the clubs want to, the club's main thing is they want to sell drinks, right? That's their goal in life, is to sell a shit ton of booze and make their money that way. The bands are like kind of just, how do you say it? Is just a backdrop for selling booze
For a lot of places, and a lot of bands experience that, which is
But there are clubs that that support original music too, that
Sure.
want to bring bands in and want to give those bands exposure.
right.
So
Yeah. I would love to see like physical music scenes come back instead of digital, online music scenes.
yeah.
Everybody's trying to connect online and make a great playlist, but I would love to see a scene pop up, in like Seattle of the 90s or San Francisco of the late 60s, or New York scene of the 80s. I'd love to see Austin, come together in that way. Or
I think eventually it's going to happen. It's kind of turning around now because I see a lot of original bands, a lot of great original bands coming out and doing their thing and actually having really good attendance.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any bands because I mention them all the time, but there's bands out there that sell out every show that they have.
Yeah.
Or almost a sellout. And they're local original, and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's I think people have to go out for more than just one or two bands.
Yeah.
They know, okay, this band is popular. I love them. I'm going to go out and see them. But you know what? You might want to take one of those weekends and go check out another band that has a little bit of a buzz or just starting off and that are really good, and give them some love too. You know what I mean? Because I've been to shows, when I go out, I might go to a sold out show, or I'll go see a band that I just think they're a good band, and there might be 10 people there, and check them out too.
Yeah.
And show the love everywhere. Like, if I went by, like I know a lot of clubs are doing this, I'm going to say a lot, but more than a few. Like, well, when you try to book a show there, they're like, well, how many Facebook followers do you have? Or how many Instagram followers do you have? And it's like, who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
And like with a new band like yourselves, I mean, I don't know what you guys have for following. I'm sure it's not like humongous, right? You're trying to find those. You're a great band, but you're trying to find those outlets to get your shit out.
Yeah.
When I heard it, I was like, man, I don't care if they got 1 follower or 10,000 followers. I want to have mine because we're a great band. I think, that's why you guys are here.
Right.
And I wish everybody would do that. Then that way it would push, newer artists, out there and get more exposure. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, there's a certain bandwidth to how many bands can get the attention of the masses. I feel like not all of people who are with a ton of talent will get a shot at the spotlight because there's already a place taken.
Yeah, but you got to realize, there's so many different genres of music out there, and not everybody likes every genre. So you're going to have your crowd no matter what you do.
Right. I mean,
what Day Eater does as opposed to what KNETX does is two different animals, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to have two different crowds.
Right. Yeah. There's the upside, like on the flip side of what I'm saying is there's a lot of, you say there's like an uptick of original music. I feel like there's an uptick in like, just scenes. There's like a scene for all kinds of things going on. Like just in Austin, you have, when you just start naming clubs, you can kind of describe it that way. But there's like, there's like a pretty booming scene for, I don't know, stoner rock and like a great, healthy following of people who go and see that shit every week. And then there's a great following of like, I don't know, drag queens and like queer music and stuff like that. There's a great scene for like dance music and stuff like that.
Bedroom pop.
Yeah. And then it's just, I feel like all the genres are getting a lot of attention, and all the scenes are getting a lot of attention partially because of the connectivity that we have. A lot of people can be seen with relatively little like outdoor exposure. You can get viral and be a part of a scene just by getting viral and doing stuff like that. And that can lead towards different kinds of shows and scenes popping up locally.
I really think that, at some point, someone in the Austin music community is going to have to, someone with a little bit of clout, not saying me, but somebody that is going to actually sponsor an Austin only festival. Sort of like, South by Southwest, but just with Austin bands.
Yeah.
And do like a weekend or something at all the clubs and have it be, just Austin local original music.
Yeah.
Because South by is great. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun festival. Everybody from around the world comes and plays it and does it and yada, yada. But there's not that many, artists from Austin on it. There's a few here and there.
Yeah.
But it's not
This
like
year,
it
I
used
feel
to
like
be.
there was more than I've seen in a long time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Look it up then.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I think, it would be kind of cool to do, a citywide thing.
Yeah, I'm with that.
With all the original bands that we have in this town and make a big deal out of it.
I feel like Free Week is kind of that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Free Week. And then there's more recently a summer version called Hot Summer Nights.
Right. Have you heard of those?
I've heard of the Free Week. The Hot Summer Night thing I'm not too familiar with.
It's
Same
getting
concept.
bigger. Yeah, getting bigger every year.
It happens in June.
It's basically the same thing as Free Week. The Austin City puts a chunk of change in the hands of a bunch of venues in town, and they book out and promote a huge bill, a poster that's like all these Austin bands that comes out, and they promote it, and it's free to the public, but the bands get paid.
Oh shit, that's
Pretty
nice.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And like it's a decent paycheck last time we did it. So yeah, Hot Summer Nights and then that they're getting bigger, and with the population getting bigger, they're getting more popular.
And plus there's more music. Of course, with South by, what happens after South by? Everybody's like, "Ooh, I want to move here."
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're loading up their Winnebagos and their trailers and their whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna move on to Beverly," or whatever they said back in the fucking 70s or 60s or whatever.
Yeah.
And move to Austin. And then but the problem is with Austin, of course, as everybody knows, it's so super expensive to live here.
Yep.
Or there or whatever, because I'm up in Georgetown. But
Got to work. I saw some article quoting another article that said that you had to work 5 minimum wage jobs to live in Austin.
full time?
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
possible?
any sense.
You can't work five full
Why don't
time
you just
minimum
work-
wage jobs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why don't you just work one more hours? I don't get the logic.
I
on that.
guess they're trying to make a point that like it's impossible. You can't.
Well,
even,
if
you
you're
can't-
Not
you
if you like avocado toast.
you know, no shit. But if you're a what do you call
they're
it?
obviously not trying hard enough.
But if you're a cover band and you're out gigging, making a ton of money, you probably can afford that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But an original band is tough. Some original. I'm gonna say most original bands, not all of them.
There's it's a large majority of the original bands. It's like whatever you can do. Hopefully something happens.
I hear you. Hey, so this video you guys got.
Yeah.
So tell me about that a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, just a little bit.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Scene one.
Tell me as much as you want
Yeah,
there, buddy.
Let me start at the very beginning. When I was just a baby boy, I dreamed this music. It was recorded we filmed it at the place that I do my day job. I make coffee during the day. Been doing it all my life.
Nice.
Yep, not a bad gig. People love you if you give them caffeine. Turns out
Caffeine is caffeine. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for caffeine, I couldn't live.
no, we wouldn't. None of us would be here if it wasn't for caffeine.
Yeah. I drank some caffeine before I came on here tonight.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm going to start making Red Bull drinks on here, like Red Bull and vodka drinks.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
Just to wire everybody up a little bit, you know. Get you a little lit in you know, caffeine buzz at the same time.
Nice.
So, I work at this little grocery store in Bastrop, Texas. And it's been there. It opened in 1946. And it's been there ever since. And you walk in those doors and you feel like it's timeless. It's a total time warp when you walk in there. You feel like you're in another era altogether. I mean, they still have fridges, and the deli case is from the 40s.
Oh, wow.
There's an old Coke fridge, and I mean, it is of another era. And
it's true.
so because I have access, really when I'm thinking of making a video or doing a photo shoot, the first thought I think of is, what do I have access to for free at any time? Because that's always the biggest hurdle is what location do we have?
Right.
So I asked my boss, can we film in here after hours? She said yes. I said okay. And I wrote a video concept around that, which was punk rock chick comes into old-timey grocery store in small town. Clerk or behind the counter, played by me, doesn't often see someone of that ilk walk in and is totally mesmerized and falls in love. I mean, head over heels from the minute she walks in, goes and tries to make a move, and then she torments him from the very start. She's like, "Oh, I've got him under my thumb."
Oh boy.
So she goes, robs me, and then throws the money around, and then she kidnaps me and takes me to some sort of dungeon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
One of those, huh?
Oh yeah. Based on a true story.
There it is.
Based on.
Loosely based on.
A
You know,
true
when it
story.
comes to being locked up in dungeons, man, I just,
Yeah.
I'm too old for that shit.
Hey, don't knock it till you try.
Those
that.
days have come and gone.
I see that coming. I'm like, you know what? I'm old, man. I ain't got time for
Ain't
that.
got time
I ain't
for
got time
that.
for that shit.
Yeah.
You can lock me up.
in.
You can kind of tie me to a bed or something, but don't put me in a dungeon, man. Is it cold and webby down there and shit?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, fucking skeletons chained up to the
Your
wall.
dungeon.
Yeah, keep the dungeon.
for
Man.
me.
I'm good, man. I've been there and done that. Bought the T-shirt, brought it back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So here it is. Let's play this. This is the song "Ruined," right?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Here it is, people. Check it out. Love it. Watch it more than once. Here it comes.
No.
So the only question I have for you is, did you call the phone number on the piece of paper? Or is that a girl you're actually dating?
I can't tell.
You
I can't say.
You can't say?
I can't say.
Is that a real phone number? We can call
I'd rather not say.
We can call it right now and see if she'll talk to us.
I assure you, she won't pick up.
She won't pick up? Oh, damn.
No, I tried all day.
All right. Well, she could have been in the pocket. She could have been sitting right here. There you go.
Only the one that got away.
That's the one that got away?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well, one of the few.
maybe she'll come back in the one of the few.
One of the pack of
One of the few.
that
One of the
got
many.
away.
The Marines.
Yeah. They
That's
all
the thing.
really got away. I don't know why I left the
Some
door
of 'em-
unlocked.
Yeah, some of them you want to go away. So
Yeah.
it's those ones. It's the ones that
There's a few that should have gone away.
the ones that overstay their welcome. Those are the ones you want. Fly free.
Fly. I got
Fly.
a few songs about them.
That's gonna be the next EP right there.
Yeah.
The ones that got away
Or should have.
or should have. Hey, so is there any more videos coming up from you guys at all? That's a pretty cool video.
God, he's got some ideas.
Got some
man.
ideas?
He's got some ideas. We're doing something, right? It's in the books.
I don't know. I've been trying to work something with. I had a whole. There's a band in Bastrop that we play with, called Pillbug, and they're great. And they go to Bastrop High. They're 16 years old.
Oh wow.
And I mean, growing up, I was a big Revenge of the Nerds fan, and these guys would have nailed the characters. So
Really?
I was like planning this whole Revenge of the Nerds takeoff video, and I was going to film it at Bastrop High, and I was going to have the marching band in there playing the song and have a break. And the video just got too elaborate.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I was talking to the principal of Bastrop High, and then she signed off on it, but then she said, "Oh, well, you got to talk to district," and it just, I think, got too astronomical to really wrap my mind around. So I think I'm going to have to revise the concept, come up with something a little more streamlined, or just record a new record and make some new videos.
There you
Sometimes, I have a new idea, a new great idea every 3 minutes. So,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Here's an idea guy.
Yeah,
That's good though.
it's a blessing and a curse.
Never can be a curse when you have ideas. Ideas are, I have a ton of ideas too. Usually I always joke with the bands. I always give a band like one good idea before they leave. And I don't know if anybody's ever used any of them, but they're great ideas.
I'll take it to the bank.
Yeah, there you go. You got to, take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But I don't know if people have ever used my ideas, but
That in rehearsal I say we try every idea. Even if
there's no bad ideas.
No, if somebody suggests an idea and I'm like, I know that it's not gonna work, we try the idea.
Yeah, you have to.
We have to.
It's worse knowing you have no ideas. That's the worst.
Oh man,
Worst thing.
when you're like trying to get an idea, that's the worst.
Yeah.
It's like when you're writing a song. It's like, man, it's either usually a great song just comes out.
Yeah.
It's all the bad songs that take a long time to write.
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of just going through the motions of trying to write a song. You're like, fucking, I need a song.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I can go either way. I feel like there's some songs that you work on for a while and then like it just kind of falls to the wayside. And so, pick it back up again and you change like one thing or add like one little thing and all of a sudden it's like
Boom.
it's new and complete all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
That can happen. But mostly it's like a great song, just like you have to get it down.
Yeah, it just rolls out of you.
Yeah.
You're a channel for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, these songs are good, man.
Thanks.
Honestly, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't
why-
think you should pull anything from the set. So
I
all the ones
didn't
I've heard so far.
I thought that song Ruined was it was a throwaway song for me.
Really?
But I sent the producer 12 or 13 songs before we settled on 5, and he picked that one out immediately and said that is my number one pick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you kind of went with his word on the whole thing or on all the songs?
Yes.
He just picked all the songs?
He's been my mentor for about 7 or 8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So his word is gold.
So he's
His
got the
opinion-
last say in all the stuff then.
100%.
Wow.
I put my full faith in him.
Damn. Who's
Yeah.
this guy? Can you say his name?
is Justin Mariello.
Okay.
He was the singer in a band called Zebrahead in the late '90s, early 2000s, and he's had a really awesome music career as a singer-songwriter, band leader.
Awesome.
And he's been a producer for not that much longer than I met him, and I was served him cold brew coffee for 3 years.
Is that how you met him?
Yeah, that's how I meet everybody.
They come into your coffee shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we talked. So we would talk coffee and music for 3 years, and then one day I played him something that was a little different than the stuff I had been working on, and he was like, "Ah, man, I could really hear doing something with that, and like branching off in a different direction." And I got some ideas. So you want to record it and see what happens? And I said, "Yeah, I got nothing to lose." And he came over. And he said, "But the only caveat is I want to be part of the songwriting process. So we're going to tear it apart and mess with it." And we totally rearranged it. We took the outro, made it the bridge. We put a guitar solo in there. I mean, we totally reconstructed this song. This was for a different project. But I loved what he did to the song, and we recorded it. He made it sound incredible. And I've been working with him ever since.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's done 3 different projects that I've been a part of.
Wow.
Yeah. My full faith is in him.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's good to have someone on your team like that, you know?
Absolutely.
You know, it's tough when you're trying to, do stuff by yourself and try to pull the best out of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like flying blind sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's only so much your bandmates and you can like figure out and know if it's good or not. At least that's kind of how I feel. Like in certain like band settings and music settings, it's sometimes hard to be like, is this good or do I just like it? Or I don't
all the
know.
stuff that you like, you think like when you're writing songs and you're trying to pull out singles and stuff, you think that, oh, this song's great. And then like you play it for people and they fucking hate it. Going, that's not the single. This song's a single. I hate that song. That song's not the single.
Yeah.
And you're going back and forth. And it's, it's like, I've known people that have had the big record deals and all the songs they use as singles they never liked. Well, we wanted to use this one. The record company wanted to use this one kind of a thing, And it's like, because they're, I guess as they say, all the songs are like your children kind of a thing. And you don't want to pick one over the other and yada, yada,
You do, but it's not the smart one.
Yeah. It's it's really crazy that it has to be all about business. You know what I mean? It's like songs that you love. It's like you put all your faith in like this one song, and that's not the song. It's this other song that you wrote or something. That someone else wants to put in its place. And I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. You know what I mean?
Were you with a record label before?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I could never crush people's dreams like that. Record labels are I'm the here's the thing with me, and I think I've mentioned this to you guys before. I'm the last guy that, I get so many people up here that, I'm so blessed because and thank you so much for the swag bag you brought, man.
Hey,
awesome.
my pleasure.
T-shirt and stickers and whatever else is there. I got and CDs. I love all that shit.
Got some hidden tracks on there.
Yeah, hidden tracks. I'm gonna listen to them tomorrow.
Yeah.
That I'm so blessed. I get so much stuff, and and I always try to buy merch when I'm out at shows and stuff from the bands. But the one question I get all the time is like, "Hey man, listen to our CD and tell us what you think." It's like, man, I'm the last guy that because I'm not. It's like I know what I like. But here's the thing, and I'm not trying to be, funny or anything. I know what I like. Not everything that I get is for me, but out of respect, if you give me something, it's something you gave me as a gift, I will listen to it at least once all the way through. And I don't like telling you what I think because I'm not going to say that I'm a music snob. It's like, what you like, and if I hear a great song, I'll tell you, man, it's a great fucking song. It's a great record. I mean, 9 times out of 10, everything I get is great. I think it is. I mean, it's well produced. The songs are good, and it sounds like you recorded in a fucking like a professional studio. And a lot of people are recording stuff in their apartments and in their bathrooms and whatever else, but I'm the last guy. You know what I mean? But I get it all the time because what I do, because I hear so many bands and see so many bands and whatever. But like I said, out of respect, I listen to everybody's, if they bring a CD at least one time. Because I know a lot of people, they get them, they throw them to the side, they never even look at them again, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But out of respect, if you're going to give me something, I'm at least listen to it at least once,
Yeah.
But I've never worked, but the thing with the record company, as you're going, I could never be that guy, saying, yeah, well, I listen to your stuff. I don't think it has any kind of future. And, you need to go back to the drawing board or don't quit your day job or, that's not, or have them drop a band. Oh, yeah, your last album only sold 50,000, units. We're going to have to drop you.
So
I know you just bought a brand new house, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? I couldn't do that, man.
Rather be an executioner.
No kidding. Record companies, man, I'll tell you what, it's a evil necessity, I would think. That's probably the best way. I wouldn't even think it's a necessity these days.
it's getting less localized. I feel like there's like more options to do stuff on your own and do things differently. That isn't like a traditional record company deal.
Well, look at here, perfect example. Of course, they're on another level than everybody's Metallica, right? They got their own record company. Now they just bought a brand new vinyl pressing company.
Yeah.
So they can print their own albums without have to wait in a line. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's the problem with all the bands now. There's a couple of bands like Wolfgang Van Halen's got a new record coming out, right? He released a single a couple days ago. Great single. The album's not going to be out till August. And the reason why? Because he's waiting in a line to get his vinyl pressed.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be ready till August. That's the reason why. There's a couple bands like that. I'm kind of going, damn, really? Is it that far behind?
Yeah.
That's why Jack White's putting out messages please, big name bands, do exactly what Metallica is
If you can afford it.
Please.
Yeah.
There's so
And Taylor Swift can
there's
afford it.
there's a lot. Yeah. There's kind of a good amount of people who can afford to do that these days. There's a lot of money going to some people and they're spending it on whatever the fuck. And we need this. This is an industry that really, really needs more because the bandwidth is just terrible.
And that's the thing, because I think physical media is coming back. I know vinyl for sure. Vinyl for sure is coming back. I don't know about CDs. I know cassettes are making a comeback and a little bit of a comeback. But I think in another 5 years, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be how it was back 30 years ago or whatever. But I think, every time I go to a show, either they have vinyl, they have CDs, some bands have cassettes out there. And it's local bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're going to make 8 tracks.
Why not?
Why not? Why
If
not?
people will buy them, why the fuck not?
Hell yeah.
We were talking about that last podcast. I said, 8-tracks were the worst invention ever made. They sounded like shit.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, the way that they would cut to a track, it would kind of fade down and then fade up on the next track, and then the songs roll out on a loop. It's ugh.
Nice.
I think I bought 2 8-tracks in my whole life, and never ever again.
It's the size of a lunchbox, right? It's
huge.
It's
not like yay big.
Okay, a small lunchbox.
Small lunch. Shit, I don't know. I don't know if that even considered a lunchbox. I don't know, like a girl lunchbox, maybe a Barbie lunchbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's, I think for collectors, 8-tracks are a big deal because there's I know that there's certain bands and certain albums that are on 8-track. They only printed a certain amount of them that, if you can find it in a wrapper still at a flea market or some shit, it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's just
so weird to me.
Isn't it strange?
For what?
To have it.
Fuck.
To have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Us spoiled Americans, you know how we are.
I become less of a collector. I don't know. Every time I move,
move less and less.
Yeah. I realize how much shit I don't want.
Yeah.
And that's all of it. I don't want anything.
Yeah.
I don't want. You can take the clothes off my back. I don't want anything anymore.
Yeah.
Give me one guitar.
It gets to the point, man. You're just kind of
guitar.
material stuff is just, you accumulate so much shit over a lifetime, and then you're just trying to throw it out as you get older. Right now, it's the phase I'm in. I'm kind of getting ready to start hauling shit out of here because I want to redo this house.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm at right now. Build new studios and stuff like that. When I tear this thing down, I mean, I know, this is probably going to be a bedroom,
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Airbnb this shit.
I don't know about all that. I don't know.
Can
if
we
I,
sleep here tonight?
Oh, sure, why not?
Oh,
Hey,
thanks.
you sleep on this table. Let's clear it off, and you sleep on the table.
Perfect.
Perfect, man.
Yeah. looks better than my bed.
Nice.
It's better than your bed.
Yeah.
What do you like? Live in a barn or something? What do you?
I live in somebody's backyard.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got a tent or something?
I'm in somebody's guest house.
Oh, guest house are cool though.
It's kind of tight.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of
Nothing
tight.
wrong with a little guest house.
Yeah.
You don't need a whole lot of room.
I think what I'm in, and I don't want to ask too many questions, but I think I'm in the old, like this is a very old house. I think I'm in the slave quarters.
Oh man, you can't.
Yeah, I
say,
really don't.
Can you say that?
I don't know. Can you say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
Try
just-
it again.
I mean,
Say it again. Slave quarters. Is that what you said?
I think I am in.
I don't know, dude.
Was
Did you ever ask?
I don't want to ask. I mean, but the house was built in the mid 1800s.
Maybe you could probably look it up.
Yeah, they told me that it was a house that housed generals who were at Camp Swift. But I don't really want to
know about that. I think they're in the main house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to ask more questions than that.
Do they have
Hey,
a
if the
big
price is
field
right, the
out
price is
back?
right.
The price is right.
The price is right.
Yeah, they don't bother me.
Is there a field out in the back or? Yeah, we're going down some
Big enough.
unexplored territory on this podcast tonight. We never talked about that kind of stuff. I don't think anybody would be mad though. Whatever.
Yeah.
They are. What are you gonna do? Hey, they wanted me on cable television.
They
This is
wanted
what they
you.
get.
This is real.
This
They
is what
wanted
we wanted
this.
some real
They wanted
stuff.
this.
That's what
This
I
is
said to
real
him.
America.
This
Let's
is
talk.
let's talk,
Talk.
man.
Let's talk. Shit's real.
It is. It's getting more real by the day.
It really is. It really
Yeah.
is.
My thing is, as I get older, it's like the less fucks I give, about everything. I'm just like, people are like bitch about politics and they bitch about the price of eggs. And then, I said, you know what? If you don't want to pay the price of eggs, man, don't eat eggs. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? Don't eat eggs. If you don't like, it's like, if you don't like who's in office, wait till the election and vote for whoever you want to vote for.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get them out. Maybe you won't. But
Yeah.
don't have a fucking stroke over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People just it's like they get to a point and they just want to bitch about everything. Fuck
That's
this. In fact, that
dangerous.
guy's an asshole. No. This one did that. And I can't, gas is too expensive. No. It's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to make the best of it? Or are you going to just bitch your life away?
It's crazy, man.
And
Even on a beautiful day, people will find
Yeah.
a way to complain about the weather. I just don't get it. I
I
really
got-
don't get it.
I got it. My thing is, I'm not the richest guy on the planet, but I have a good life. I do. And
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. Do I get mad? Yeah, I get mad.
Sure.
I get upset about things.
Naturally.
But I'm not going to be out in the front of City Hall picketing, Donald Trump or Joe Biden or whatever. No,
We have bigger,
4
issues.
more years. I ain't got
Yeah.
time for that shit.
Get
It's
a-
like, you
yeah.
knock yourself out, man. I'm not
Get
worried
a-
about who stole an election. Give me a break already. This was fucking 3 years ago. You know what I mean?
Get a hobby.
Get a hobby. Get something.
Yeah.
Grow some corn in your backyard or I don't know what the fuck. Do something.
Yeah. or fucking run for office.
Yeah, run exactly.
one
Hey,
of us has
If you're
to.
not, the way I always say is like if you're not part of the problem, you're part of the solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way I look at it,
Damn right.
I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Hello? Oh, that's the police. That's the Georgetown police calling up.
Shit.
What are they?
We're all going to the big house tonight because we're talking some smack tonight. Are you from Texas originally or no?
I'm from Jersey.
We talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What part?
North Central,
North
Essex
Central.
County.
Oh,
a town called
shit.
Milbury. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Where you
Oh,
going?
yeah.
You leaving?
I'm good. I gotta take my medicine.
Okay, go take it. Oh,
Can
that's
I
right.
stick-
I forgot
Can
about
I
that.
stick myself with a needle?
You can if you want.
Fucking bass players.
No, don't worry about it.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Go ahead. You don't fucking, I mean,
Fucking bass
those
players.
are not, you're not fucking doing speedballs over here or something. You know,
I mean,
whatever.
only if you want me
Hey,
to.
hey, pass it around. Come on now.
If you got it,
Share the love.
is that a cat inside your bag?
Yeah, it's my little. Yeah, it's
Looks
my
like a
buddy.
cat inside an aquarium or something.
Yeah, he's drowning, but he's happy.
He's a happy drowning cat.
I'm drowning. Help me.
There you go, people in TV land. There you go. A drowning cat.
Yeah.
That's
Super
That's the
hardcore.
first on out of 503 episodes or 2 episodes. That's the what do you call it? The first time a drowning cat has ever made an appearance.
Really?
You gotta
Yes.
check out Drowning Cat ATX, the band.
Is there a,
You heard it here first.
is that actual band?
Oh, God, I hope not.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. I've
Everything's
heard
a band. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
if-
tried. I
you know
tried
what?
to look up.
Hey, but you know
rap
what? If
lord.
it's not copyright that stuff and put it up on a website. This is like an EpiPen or something?
Oh, this is my insulin.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like an EpiPen.
Well, it's kind of like, it's like some new wave
Pretty
shit.
rock
huh?
and roll.
That's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. It doesn't look like the old kind of stuff.
It's like the expensive little
Wow.
pen that I just decided to do because I like the pen. Having a bunch of like syringes and stuff doesn't sound that cool to me. This is just like a tiny little needle right there. And then, it's got the insulin inside.
There you go.
Easy.
I never had anybody do their insulin on the show either. So
Yeah, here it is.
there you go. This is a first for everything. We're
This is
talking
what
about
real life looks like.
We're talking
okay?
about checking oils and and drowning cats and fucking everything, all sorts of stuff. Boom! There it is, people.
That's right.
You want me to get it in that hard to get spot?
Yeah, I did it at a concert once, and I dropped something. It's like, damn, I dropped my needle. For not for that. It's insulin. It's insulin. Nobody heard me. I was at a show.
Oh, no, you need that. What do you do? Like twice a day? Once a day?
Oh, I mean, every time I eat,
Oh, really?
and then another time just at 9 p.m. That's my 9 p.m.
Oh, 9
alarm.
p.m. I have to take like one med before I go to bed. So
There
my
you go.
my nighttime med. Sometimes I take it at 9. Sometimes I take it at 1 in the morning. Sometimes I take it at 3 in the morning. One time I go to bed, I pop it.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know what the hell it does, but keeps me alive. I
Yeah,
guess.
you're alive.
It worked.
I'm rolling, baby. So, hey, we got another song to play.
Oh, hell yeah.
Extraordinary Life.
Isn't it?
She's like, oh, yeah, I remember that one. Oh, yeah.
It's my second favorite.
It's your second favorite out of 3 songs? Out of the 3?
What's your first?
Oh, jeez. Out of the
You only
recorded material?
You got 3
Oh,
to
it's
choose
just
from.
3.
Well, you got the 5, but we don't have the other 2. We sort of do, but we don't.
LA is my favorite.
Okay.
Number
This is
1.
the
This
fave.
one's number 1.
Number 1.
Highwire number 2. Bruin number 3. That's
'Kay.
it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. We're sticking with that story.
Might change it later.
Might change it.
Yeah.
Anything about this tune?
Nope.
Okay, good. Let's roll it. Here it is, people. Extraordinary Life. And here it comes.
I play the fender, you play the tender, a fender bender. Now we're getting some dinner together. You had that je ne sais quoi when you said you'd have the foie gras. And for just a second, a feeling just like heaven set in. Let's take a hold of any, even just a momentary slice of extraordinary life. Come on, come on. You like the drama, I like the action. Went to the cinema and just danced in the lobby in passion. You had that je ne sais quoi when you jumped into my arms. And for just a second, a feeling just like heaven set in. Let's take a hold of any, even just a momentary slice of extraordinary life. Come on, come on. Let's make a toast to every lucky like a row of cherries. Slice of extraordinary
There it is.
Hey.
It's a good tune, man.
Thanks, man.
All your tunes are good.
Thanks, dude.
Nice poppy, happy, good feeling tune there.
Yeah.
Is that part of the set? You're not going to take that out, are you?
No.
That's one of the mainstays.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one's staying.
You like that song?
Man, I really do.
Chicks dig it.
Chicks dig it.
They dance
Chicks-
around, get all
everybody
sweaty
digs
and
it.
buy drinks.
They do. Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man. You got to
Yeah.
write songs that make chicks dance and buy drinks.
That's my
the goal. That's the goal right there.
Yeah, you just summed it up.
That was part of his pitch, Like
Yeah.
he came to me, he had like 6 paragraphs, and one paragraph was just dedicated
So
to.
that's when you go,
Yeah.
you put your, was it EPK kit together?
Mm-hmm.
Like we write danceable songs that make girls sweaty and buy drinks. Boom. They'll be calling you the next day. What time do you want to play? What day? What day you want to play?
Yeah.
Can't beat a pitch like that.
You can't, man. That's what it's all about. But that's you gotta think the way a club owner thinks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You're gonna play there and you're not gonna sell alcohol. They're not gonna have you back.
Somebody told me that that's how Nirvana got really popular, was all the chicks wanted to see them, and then once the chicks are at the show, then all the dudes want to be at the show.
Or what you do, it's like you write those songs, right? And then when you get to the club, you turn the AC off. When they get there, it's gonna be just fucking hot, right? And then they're gonna be jumping up and down dancing, and they're gonna be extra sweaty and buy extra drinks.
Dude, one of my most like memorable moments getting into rock and roll and playing rock and roll music was in college. Spent 1 year at this art school, and I was in the music department, and I was in the rock like cover band. It was like a class where the teacher was teaching us how to be a rock and roll band.
Wow.
And he came in, his name's Peter Williams. He's a fucking awesome dude. He came into the class on day 1 we're in this rehearsal room. It's kind of smelly. It's kind of dirty. And we're like, there's like 4 or 5 guitar players and 2 bass players and a drummer and like some other people. And he's like, okay, I want to achieve a certain smell with this band.
A certain smell.
Oh, God.
We're going for a certain smell.
Okay.
Have any of y'all heard about Badussi?
Badussy.
We're like, oh my
Is that
god,
body odor
it
pussy?
is butt, dick, and pussy.
Wow.
Damn.
He was like, this is what we're going for here today. He was
That could go a couple different ways though.
he was a great teacher.
Sounds like it. Did you get an A in this class or what?
Yeah, I think everyone got an A. I don't know.
You got everybody got into an A.
I don't know. We did good. He picked some crazy songs for us to learn. Like we were doing like these rockabilly songs. We did like we did a cover of the William Tell Overture.
Nice.
Like guitar harmonies and everything. Like the whole like famous part of that overture, we did it
That's
rock and roll
awesome, man.
style. It was badass. Badass.
Man, if I knew that there was a teacher who would say Badussi on the first day, I probably would have gone to class a little more.
Dude, let me tell you.
Badussy. Man, that's a good name for a band right there. Badussy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Badussi ATX. Yeah.
ATX.
I don't think you even need an ATX for
No,
that.
probably not. Maybe not. I don't know.
You never know.
I would just like if you can get that, I would just like, slap a copyright or something on it.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Name one of your albums that.
No.
Badussi.
And that'd be awesome.
Hey, and then you could, transfer into the genre of scents, get your stuff at Sephora.
Scratch and Sniff.
Badussi by Mike Cadu.
Hey, has anybody had a Scratch and Sniff album cover yet?
Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like Motley Crue would do something like that.
Or even like a CD
I
cover.
bought a Twisted Sister record once that smelled pretty bad, but I don't think it was part of
Gotta get a Scratch and Sniff album
Yeah, I
cover.
don't know if
That's
it
a
was
good idea.
part of the concept.
There you go. There's the good idea.
There's
right
the good idea. Put it in the bank. Lock it away.
Hey.
Lock it away.
Lock that one away, man. I'm telling you, if you need to work on that one. If your first album comes out, or your EP or whatever, if you got a disc or Scratch and Sniff, I would even name the album Scratch and Sniff.
Oh, well, that's not a bad idea.
There you go. You scratch it, and you get like I don't know, some kind of perfumey on there or whatever cologne.
Damn,
I don't
that's
know.
a great idea.
That's good. That's good.
Be like Sticky Fingers, but
Yeah,
stickier.
without the zipper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the old school Rolling Stones album, Sticky Fingers, had a zipper on the front.
Classic.
It was a pair of jeans and a zipper.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think the newer ones have that.
No,
Well, I
they
think the new.
it was just a picture. Yeah,
Yeah,
flat.
I think that when you buy the new released vinyl of that, I think it has it, the old school one.
Yeah,
Of course, they're going to charge you $50 for it, but you know.
yeah.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard made an album called Laminated Denim. And at their shows, you can buy a vinyl record, and the sleeve is a denim sleeve.
Wow, that's
It's
cool.
Made out of jean. It's crazy.
Did they make it themselves or something? or-
I don't know. It's a limited run.
Yeah, I
obviously.
would say that'd be kind of expensive to do.
But I mean, somebody had to have done it for them. I don't think they did it on their own.
That's crazy.
But like, that's
That'd be
smart.
like-
Laminated denim.
Wow.
It's a denim sleeve.
That's like pretty. I would think that'd be kind of thick to put around an album. No,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Hey, you know it's all about marketing, man. You
It
gotta
is. Let's go to Goodwill and make some album
make some
covers.
shit.
So make some
Exactly.
shit. Yeah.
That's the thing that it's like I tell everybody, if you have a logo that's cool that you can put on merch, people will buy it. You know, if you got a cool looking shirt with a cool logo on it, people will buy it.
Yeah, man.
You know,
That CD I gave you, I hand stamped them.
there you go.
Yeah.
You've already done it.
I ordered a stamp of our band logo, and
Plain brown wrapper, man. That's all you need.
that's it.
It looks good.
Like the old Led Zeppelin record.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really
Cooler that
funny.
way.
What's that?
It's cooler that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just brown paper bag.
Yeah.
Like when you go buy a can of beer at the convenience store, they give you a brown paper bag to put it in.
Yeah.
So you look like a fucking homeless bum walking around with it. You know.
Right. And if you
Never
don't,
felt cooler.
yeah. And if you don't have your brown paper bag, you're like,
Oh
something's
man.
wrong.
Something's wrong here.
I always wondered why they did that because you want to hide the can or something. So if you're walking around with a can,
Yeah.
beer or something,
Right.
if it's like, if it's covered,
Yeah.
no one knows what you're drinking. But then
Like-
again, people know what you're drinking.
Right.
It's a 40-ounce soda. What do you want from me?
What do you want from
That's
me?
why I
man?
only roll joints in brown paper bag.
That's right.
Hey,
Cops will never know.
Yeah. They'll be like,
people tell me like that.
Nah.
People tell me that about vodka all the time. Like I drink vodka because you can't smell it on my breath. So if I get pulled over,
It's hand sanitizer. Yeah, just-
yeah, it's sort of like it's like, yeah, I got a friend. He's a guitar player, and he goes, I drink vodka because if I get pulled over, they can't smell it on my breath.
what?
That's what he told
No.
me. I'm just saying, I drink vodka every now and then. I'll have something with vodka in it, but I'm not a major connoisseur of it. But that's what he told me. So I don't know how true it is.
that is wild.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at
I don't know
all.
if that's true. So,
No.
I don't know, man. He's been around for a while, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
mean, maybe he knows more than me and you.
I have no clue. I don't know what I'm
And you.
talking about.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So what do you guys for shows coming up?
The next show we have is at a recording studio called
Wow.
How Much Studios. How much?
How much you got in them pockets
Exactly.
to record in this studio?
Yeah.
Is that pretty much how it rolls?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, where'd you record all this stuff?
We did bass and drums at Same Sky Productions on 2nd and Pleasant Valley.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then we did lead guitars. We did all guitars at the old guitar player's place, Scott Blanco. And then we did I did vocals at my place, at my little back house.
There you go.
Yeah. I just set up a microphone. I'm hip to all the DIY.
Yeah. Well, look at all this shit.
Yeah. You got to. You got to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do so much with, I have a little Apollo Twin, universal audio interface, and I've got Logic, and I've got there's a company called Warm Audio that makes imitation mics of famous microphones. So I bought a U87 knockoff. They call
There
it
you
the
go.
Warm 87.
Oh, wow.
I love the shit out of it. It was $600 as opposed to the $3,000 you'll pay for.
I should have looked up that company before I bought all this shit.
Yeah, seriously,
man.
dude. Seriously. Return. I hope you have your receipts.
Yeah, man.
No, I've had these for a while. I'm not getting rid of these damn
No,
things.
these sound great.
I love these mics.
Yeah.
You don't have, the technology's out there. I saw Scott Blanco post on Instagram recently. He recorded himself playing his own little jam track. He recorded an entire drum set with 2 mics set up. It sounds incredible.
Wow.
It's like, wow.
It's like,
okay.
it's like how they did it in the 50s
yeah.
or the
Yeah.
60s.
It's amazing what you can do. It's amazing.
That's the
at
thing.
home.
That's the great thing about, having home recording studios. You can experiment. When you're in a big studio, you can't, unless you have an unlimited budget, you can go and do whatever you want. But if you're at home, dude, and you got a room, especially with drums, man, you could just totally experiment with different mics and just all sorts of stuff, to make a better drum sound or whatever you're even working on.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, most of the stuff that I get in here, like when it comes to CDs or whatever, dude, people record at their house, and it's incredible to hear these things. I'm like, man, where'd you record this at? Oh, I did the drums in my garage, or and of course the vocals are always in the bathroom or something like that, or we just did it in the house, and it's like, holy moly, and it's like just fucking primo great stuff.
You don't need much.
You don't need much at all.
Yeah, Billie Eilish did her whole, huge hit album in her bedroom with her.
Who?
Billie Eilish.
Who? Just kidding. Yes.
That chick with the green hair, she's blonde. now, I think.
Yeah.
Chick with the green hair.
I know.
She used to have green. Her and her brother did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing. If you watch, there's this thing on Netflix. It's with David Letterman. He goes and interviews, like, celebrities and stuff. And one of the interviews he had is with her and her brother.
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually in the space where they actually recorded that first record. And it was actually pretty nice. It was a nice, recording setup. It wasn't like it was like, her recording on a boombox or something like that.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty nice setup. He had like 6 or 8 keyboards and stuff that the brother did.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the brother was the mastermind behind the whole thing, because I think he writes a lot of the music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like I couldn't name a song or two of hers. I know she's popular and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know she did ACL a couple of times or whatever, but I'm not a fan. But it's incredible that she did so well with how she did that. How she recorded that first record.
Seriously.
They worked very hard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just, I wouldn't listen to that kind of music on a daily basis, but I put headphones on and put it on and trying to figure it out, and there's a ton of detail in there.
Yeah.
Crammed in there.
One thing I admired that they noted was that they don't, and I don't know, they said this on air, but I don't know that it's true, but I hope it is, that they never tune her vocals. They never
Do the auto-tune, you mean?
never do the auto-tune.
Thank God.
Never pitch correct her vocals. So they will take 1,000 takes before it's right.
Right.
And so I respect that. And
Well, that's the thing, man, because I hear so many songs with auto-tune on it, and it's like so recognizable. It just hits you in the face. And it's like, man, if you can't sing, it's like, why bother?
right.
And then the auto-tune just makes you sound like, and all the hip-hop guys are doing the auto-tune shit now.
Yeah.
And it's like, good God, man. It's like they need to take that unit, just throw it in the fucking trash. I'm tired of it. Well, because I think
It's tiresome.
What was the big hit back in the 80s with that auto-tune? Was it like Cher did a song or something
Oh
with
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like a Turn Back Time or whatever. Yeah, that's yeah. And she just ruined it for everybody else, because everybody's like, that's a cool sound. That's a cool effect. Let me use that. And everybody and their brother used it, and they're still using it.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for like Ozzy to jump out on the train with that fucking thing and start singing with that
That'd
thing.
be one crazy train.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. That train would be crazy. But people just use that shit to death. And it's like, man, if you can't sing, go back to the
There's
woodshed.
so many people who can.
Yeah, I know. But even the ones that can are using that shit.
I know.
It's like, come on now, man. Enough already.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get me an auto-tune. I just talk into it,
That's what I love about this band. We don't use a click. We don't use backing tracks. We don't use, it's all just like organic. And I said before, I came from playing pop music, and I came from playing with backing tracks in my previous projects. And this is just so refreshing to play in a real rock band again, and just, create sounds from nothing on stage and
just do it old school.
really feel it.
When people actually played, now it's a thing, and I'm sure you've heard, but it's like everybody's using tracks now. And,
Yeah.
if it's not backing tracks, actually drummers are using tracks and they're playing it. It's like,
It's just not fun. It's just not fun. Like it just sucks all the
Well, I understand
the heart out of it.
I understand for the older bands, the ones that, recorded, like they're in their 70s now. They're recording albums when they were 25 and they can hit all these notes that are just only dogs can hear, And now that they're in their 70s, they can't hit those notes anymore. So they have these backing tracks that kind of, what's the word? Not say substitute, but to enhance what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's even cool. I mean, it's like, it gets to a point.
Not.
You know what I mean? People don't want to see you lip syncing or, enhanced tracks or whatever.
Are you a musician or are you a magician?
Yeah, exactly. Used to be a musician, now you're a magician. Yeah. And people, but I think the concert going people, they just don't give a fuck. I mean,
they
there's
don't.
some of them don't, and some of them do.
They want to hear what they heard on the radio.
Yeah,
in person.
Yeah.
And there's not many bands that like in their 70s now can pull off what they did in their 20s and 30s. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
So they need some little enhancements everywhere. It's it's across the board. It's not just singers. It's fucking guitar player. I mean, look at the Rolling Stones now, right? And they show like Keith Richards barely can do what he did back 20, 30 years ago,
Yeah. When he was hitting people with his own guitar and
Did you
shit.
see that shit? There was one video of him here, like recently. He was walking on a catwalk or something with his guitar and he tripped. Did you see that one?
I did. Yeah, that was a bad
but
fall.
He
Damn, I
fell,
didn't see that.
but he fell, and it wasn't the fall that got me. It was him trying to get back up. If you watch that, he was like an old man, like, I've fallen and I can't get up kind of shit. And he was like struggling to get back up. And this is in front of fucking 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was brutal to watch because I'm a big Stones fan. Yeah. Still love those guys. They've been around for fucking 60, 70 years or however long it's been. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough for him to get up. And he was just like, of course he's got a Telecaster he's trying to pull up with him or whatever, and man, I'm sure that video, when you're online, you'll see that video pop up, and watch that shit. But but even like I said, even those dudes, it's,
Hopefully that's us one day,
I don't know if I can plan living to be 80 years old. I think he's around 80 right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all are
right. It's so weird. 80.
Willie just turned 90.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Did he really?
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they they must have had some kind of monster birthday party for him or something, right?
Yeah, they did the Luck reunion during South by over at his property.
Oh, wow.
And he's about to hit the road on tour again.
It's so intense.
Why the fuck not? Hey,
What
why the
a
fuck not?
badass.
That's my inspiration.
I got to see like the Willie and the Family 2 or 3 years ago.
Damn.
Finally.
I'd like to just meet him like one time, just
Right?
shake his hand and say, "Hey, man, thank you for everything," and just to say that. I don't need to spend a whole day with him or anything, or
It's class.
maybe I'll get my opportunity one of these days.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner than later. You
Get
know
a
what I mean?
secondhand high.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
I was listening to this interview with Snoop Dogg the other day, and they were talking about the only person that ever outsmoked him was Willie, it was a recent interview. I think it was a Howard Stern interview, and he interviewed Snoop like back like in the 90s, like the late 90s, early 2000s, and he said that Willie Nelson was the only guy to outsmoke him at that time. So when he came back a couple of weeks ago, he goes, "Is that still true? Is Willie the only guy that ever outsmoked?" He goes, "Fuck yeah." He goes, "I was just with him. They went to, they went to like the Bahamas or something. They went somewhere. It was out of the United States, like on an island or something." And he said, I just can't hang with him. He's just fucking he's just too much.
Whoa, really? Still at 90? Oh
90,
my God.
outsmoked. He says, I just fucking can't keep up.
Man. That's my inspiration right
Imagine
there.
that shit that, man. You're Snoop Dogg, right? You're like the king of the king of weed.
That's what you're known for.
Yeah.
He has someone on payroll to roll for him.
Does he really?
He's got someone he pays
To roll joints?
to just roll joints.
Roll blunts all day.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a 9 to 5
I don't know if I
job.
I don't know if I could do that, man. I can fucking stay high 24/7. That's just too much.
Yeah.
You got to come down sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm leading my life toward
You're
that.
gonna lead your life
Yeah.
like that to be like Snoop
That's
Dogg.
my end goal.
There you
That's
go.
my end goal.
Get your own weed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be legal one of these days in Texas.
So close.
And there's gonna be dispensaries everywhere. Like when I go to Vegas, dude, I don't partake in the shit, but In Vegas, they're everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Excuse me. The Coca-Cola burp right there.
Spicy.
Spicy Coca-Cola. There you go. No, but yeah, you go to Vegas, dude. It's everywhere in Vegas now.
Yeah.
You know, and the weird thing about it is people on the street smoking fucking like these Bob Marley joints, just walking up and down the street.
Damn.
And no one does anything.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is, I mean, it's weird. It's a different culture there, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can drink on the street, you can smoke weed on the street, you know, and all sorts of,
That's
you know,
wild.
it's everything's, I'm not saying everything's free out there, you know, you're free to do what you want, but there are rules, but it's just weird to see that out there, you know, and you come home and it's not like that.
Have you seen any of those like dangerously close smoke shops here in Austin that like,
I drive by them and stuff.
dude, the one that really blew my mind was over by the Alma Draft House on Lamar, and it's like it's a Delta 8 shop. It's just Delta 8 CBD. They have flower. They have weed plants growing in the windows. It's and it's
Wow.
like one of these shops where it's like, come in, have some tea. You know, we'll give you the menu of Delta 8 that you can order to have with your tea. Like you're supposed to like come in and enjoy
Right.
Delta 8.
What
And
exactly?
It's not weed.
What exactly is
It's
Delta 8?
Delta
Right.
8. It's like a weird workaround. Like it's a legal thing here. It's not got one particular ingredient that
Google
like
that,
regular
find out
weed
what that
has.
is.
Yeah. But it's trips. Yeah. There's plants of weed growing in the windows. It smells like weed coming out the door.
Why is it
It's
going to
legal.
have such a cryptic name?
Delta
Couldn't they
8.
call it like,
Sounds
you
like
know,
the new
sounds
pandemic.
like the new COVID or something.
Yeah, exactly.
couldn't they call it something like Funyuns or something?
Yeah.
Funyuns.
Wait.
Nothing about Delta 8
Yeah.
sounds like,
Doesn't sound appetizing.
no.
No. Sounds like you need to wear a hazmat suit around
I don't
it.
want a Delta 8 and chill.
It's ludicrous plant. It's not weed.
Ludicrous. Ludicrisp.
Luda Crispy.
Ludicrisp, yeah. So I don't know, man. You gotta, man, yeah, it's gonna be legal here soon because they're losing too much money not legalizing it.
Yeah, everyone.
I've always said with the United States that if you legalize weed and prostitution, in a year the whole deficit would be gone. We would be in the red or in the black or whatever is the positive one.
Not the red. Not
Green.
The red.
You're being the green. Weed and prostitution.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Crime
that's-
would go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. It
Think
would
about
fix- It fix a lot for a lot of people.
It would. It
Yeah.
would fix a lot. But the
We'd all be turning tricks.
But,
Yeah,
but the prostitution thing, if you did it right, girls got checkups or guys or whatever, whoever the fuck was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah,
a
make
real
it
safe.
industry.
Make it safe. You know what I mean?
Totally. I'm all for it.
I'm all about idea. I'm an idea man. But
Yeah.
they don't like
Yeah,
my
yeah,
ideas,
Put
though.
that one in the bank. Yeah,
Put that one in the bank, too.
Hey, you got my vote.
Yeah.
I'm not running for shit, so you know what I mean? I'm not running for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got a couple minutes left, so where you, the shows you got coming up? What do you got going on?
We're playing at the How Much Studios.
Okay,
which is,
we're talking about that, yeah.
near Airport in Lamar.
Uh-huh.
We'll be there on the 6th of April, April 6th. And then we'll be playing the halftime show for the Texas Roller Girls roller derby match.
No, that's a gig.
Hell yeah.
That's a good gig right
We're
there.
we're like their house band.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's this
yeah.
at?
It's they play at the Austin Sports Center on near
Right across the street from
St. Ed's.
St. Ed's on
I need to
Woodrow.
go to that. I need to go check that out.
yeah. Check it out.
It's
a
cool.
badass sport. And we're gonna rock it halfway through. And we got a whole lot more coming up.
Cool.
A lot.
Awesome.
So stay tuned.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And stay tuned for Dater, especially, too.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah. We
Gotta
damn
give my
shit.
shout out to my
No,
boys.
dude, we're gonna go and play the same venue that it all went down at on May. In May, we're gonna have a gig, play at the venue where Tom lost his heart. Shit.
Damn. Yeah, I'm going to give him a shout tomorrow.
Redo.
Redo,
It's gonna be good. We have lots of stuff. We Day Eater's trying to get back in the studio as well. Like we're excited to get back going again.
Well, we'll have to do a TV spot with you guys and come up and cause some havoc up here.
Yeah,
as we've done many times before.
Lots to talk about.
Lots to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Well, I end the podcast the same way every single time, and I'm not going to change it now for anybody because I like it the way it sounds. So anyways, people, please try to do the right thing, because Lord knows most of you don't. And with that, we are out of here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and we'll see you on the flip side. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good.
Peace out.
Peace out, and we are gone.